All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Movie Talks and Chill. We're your hosts. I'm Tony Serrato.
I'm Kevin Butts.
I'm Patrick Wall.
And in this episode, we are going to be playing kind of like a game, not really trivia. It's going to be more of...
Well, it's somewhat trivia.
It's somewhat trivia, but it's not more like, name this. So one of us will just start around and go around. One of us is going to basically name anybody in the movie field. So it could be an actor, it could be a director, it could be a producer.
Yeah. And anything not animated.
Yeah. I don't know about that. And then
I won't say Miyazaki.
there you go. 'Cause I'll be like, I got nothing. Mia, not going to be able to play this game no more.
Not gonna be in this panel.
So once you name, or whoever starts, once that person names whoever, then the other two of us have to then try to name off as many films that they've been a part of or worked on.
Okay. Just films, not TV. So,
I mean, we can expand it to TV, basically just anything really they've done, because they still acted, so.
yeah. All right. Hold on. There's one director I want to call out, but I know the name of his directing and production company, but I cannot remember his name specifically.
Happy Madison?
No.
There you go.
Bad Robot.
Okay.
No, but who's the guy who started Bad Robot Productions?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember his name. It's someone I should know.
Yeah, like I'm kicking myself.
Why don't you be like Zack Snyder or something, or fucking James Gunn, or...
Hey, I have one to kick us off. Ron Howard.
Okay. All right. So that's your one you're calling out?
That's what I'm calling out.
All right. Well, obviously, beginning with, he was in Andy Griffith's Show as Opie. He was Richie Cunningham in Happy Days. He
played himself in Arrested Development.
Yes,
And he was the narrator, director, and producer of that show for like the first 3 seasons.
that is correct. He was also the director of Splash. He also directed Night Shift, which is great. Love that movie. We'll get you on a pimp kick. I'll get you another. Watch Night Shift. That one's funny.
It's management.
Yes, and that one's got Michael Keaton and
J.J.
Henry
Abrams.
Winkler.
That's
Okay.
Bad Robot Production.
That's the one where he's like, where Michael Keaton is in there. He's like, "You got a beer? It's 7 a.m. Scotch?"
No,
Is
that's not
that
the one.
Night Shift?
No,
Okay.
different one.
Because I
But-
thought that was like the inspector coming in.
No. Night Shift is basically they're working at a
the
morgue,
morgue.
yeah,
Okay.
and then they run into what's his name, Henry Winkler's neighbor is a prostitute, and then she ends up getting beat up and stuff, and so they figure they're going to try to help her, and he knows money really well, so they basically start a pimp organization using the morgue as their office, and he sets them all up. Like, he basically takes less of their money, basically only accepts like 5% of what they make instead of most pimps taking like 80, and he takes the rest of their money and invests it for them. So they start making money and stuff like that, more than what they are normally making. But Ron Howard did direct that. I mean, he's directed quite a few. If I want to say he did, I mean, he's done so many.
I know he did Apollo 13.
Yes. And
I don't know if he was a director or producer on that, though.
I think he directed it. And then I want to say, didn't he do the Da Vinci?
I think
series?
I think Imagine Entertainment produced it. I don't know if he directly did it.
Can you confirm this for us, since
Checking.
we're not really allowed to cheat? We
Checking.
can't look. When we're guessing, we can't make
Fair enough.
we can't Google, because then other stuff will pop up. But no, he definitely worked with Tom Hanks quite a bit. I'm trying to think. He did. Which other one did he do that? It's off the top of my head.
He wasn't
Yep,
involved.
it was directed by Ron Howard,
Okay.
The Da Vinci Code.
Okay.
Was he involved in Saving Private Ryan at all?
Why don't actually just pull up, just say Ron Howard movies or directed movies, because he's done quite a few. I mean, the man's done quite a bit. And then whatever we can't think of, he can try to give us hints. Come on, Gavin.
Gavin.
Looking.
Did
So-
anyone see my friend Gavin?
So did he do all 3 of the Da Vinci series? Basically, Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, and
Yes,
Inferno?
Yes, he did all 3.
Okay. Nice.
Now, one of those was really good.
I enjoyed them all. I mean, the second one...
It was all right.
The second one was
Ewan
so-so.
McGregor in that. I never saw Inferno.
Inferno is really good. I mean, basically, if you think of, like, if people have conspiracy theories about COVID, it's basically the equivalent
Yeah.
of that.
Oh, okay.
That one and
I really like Da Vinci Code though.
The first one was really good.
Yeah.
also kind of like Outbreak
Yeah. Yep.
with Cuba
Yep.
Gooding Jr.
Yeah, I watched
and,
that the second week.
I'm thinking
of
more
lockdown
like
in
on the
2020.
conspiracy end of it because the
Well,
whole
I mean,
thing.
that's the thing is like that was a weaponized virus
Yeah.
that got released on a town, and the government had a cure for the original version, but they kept it off the books, and then by the time they got to it, it had mutated, and the cure didn't work.
But in Outbreak, it came out accidentally by that monkey biting
Right.
Patrick
Patrick
Dempsey.
Dempsey.
Yeah.
Right.
But in Inferno, they released this
Yeah.
virus for the sole purpose to crowd control or population control. They're
okay.
trying to kill people to reset.
Oh.
So it's like it's on purpose. It's like, hey, let's do this, make it airborne. Give us
Wait, that's also the bad guy's reasoning from Kingsman.
yeah, basically. Yeah, everybody's got a reason in these movies. Let's kill a bunch of people.
Yeah. Sam Jackson's
For-
trying to fix global warming by
Yeah.
killing 1/3 of the population.
Yeah, it works for me. So
Wow.
what else have we missed? Give us a hint on some of the things, because
Well, there is a new Chris Hemsworth movie where he's on a boat
I'm trying to think.
On a boat.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth on a boat.
based off of the Moby Dick.
Oh, what was that, Old Man at the Sea? Well, that's the story, though.
Heart of the Sea is the movie
Okay.
that he directed.
But I'm talking older stuff, though. He's
Yeah.
done...
There's the Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Everyone.
Now, you can't straight up tell us. You have to just give us
Yeah, no,
hints about it.
I'm looking through.
Yeah, I know he did. Because he's done other stuff with Henry Winkler, too. I mean, besides Night Shift and
There's a
stuff.
Star Wars movie he did.
He did a Star Wars
Wars
movie?
movie?
Please tell me it wasn't a holiday special.
No, it's not the holiday special.
Was it an actual movie?
Yep.
So I don't think it was any of the new ones. Was it Phantom Menace?
Nope.
Oh.
That was.
Was
that
it
was
like...
all the original and the prequels were all George Lucas.
Okay.
So it must have been one of these latest three? Or was it one of the spin-offs like Rogue One or something? I'm going with
I would say Han Solo.
It's Solo.
Solo?
He directed Solo.
Okay.
I
I
didn't
didn't-
hate that movie as much as everyone else. Donald Glover in that movie was amazing.
I mean, the reason people hated it was because that was the ire of Han Solo. Is you didn't know, like,
Yeah, his past.
exactly. It was you had it in your imagination of like how it got there and stuff. And then,
But
Yeah.
at least
and now,
it's like Rogue One, where they made an entire movie to explain one plot hole from the 1977 film. You figure out how he makes the Kessel Run in parsecs,
Yeah.
Okay.
which is a form of distance and not time.
Yeah. It's kind of like a light year.
Yeah.
which is okay, but at the same time, Rogue One is 10 times better as it goes through the creation of how the Death Star was actually powered.
Mm-hmm.
You see the majesty of Darth Vader and why he was so feared up until the Obi-Wan series, like because that was the only time you saw crazy Vader just stomping down the
Yeah,
hallway,
that's-
taking out like a whole platoon.
Yeah, the ending to that movie where they redid like the opening scene from A New Hope
Yeah.
was dope as hell.
Yes, that
And the It Man, I can't. Donnie Yen, he
No.
was the blind. Like, no, I don't
he
use
is
the
one with
force.
the Force, and the Force is with him.
He denies using the force when he first meet him.
Oh well, yeah, that's but you know
You
that's
gotta deny
that's
it.
what he says the whole movie. Like when he's walking around, I am one with the Force. The Force is with me. I am one with the Force. The Force is with me. It's like that's
I don't
it.
go around announcing it. It kind of defeats
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah,
superhero
exactly.
persona, secret identity. Did he do Frost vs. Nixon? I want to say that came out in like the early to mid 2000s.
There's no way to like sort this by alphabet or anything. It's just this is what it is.
Well, this should be...
Okay, this is years. So.
Yeah, so it would be like around, I want to say maybe 2000, somewhere between 2006 and 2010, possibly. But the movie's called Frost vs. Nixon, and I'm pretty sure he directed it. And no, I can't actually see those.
No, that's good. Yes, Frost vs. Nixon, 2008.
Okay. Give us some other hints, and then we'll move on to the next.
Vince Vaughn and
Couples Retreat,
nope.
Swingers.
No, that was John Favreau.
Vince Vaughn and Kevin James. And Winona Ryder.
That was the partnership, or it's what is it? It's where they're trying to develop that electric car, but for motor cars.
Channing
And
Tatum's in it too.
yeah, I'm just trying to think of what the name of it is.
Never heard of this movie.
Yeah, it's Vince Vaughn's like an ex, like he had a gambling problem, but him and Kevin James, they're working together. Kevin James is more like the smart guy. He's actually developing an engine. So basically, to
It's a
take
hybrid. It's supposed to be like a hybrid car or an electric car that goes into or it's supposed to be a sports version of it.
have the same power and sound and feel of like an old school actually gas powered engine. So like a Dodge, Challenger, and they're developing it and they're trying to sell it and prove that it works. But then there's this whole thing where Kevin James' wife is cheating on Kevin James. Vince Vaughn sees it, but doesn't. He's trying not to tell him, but he wants to tell him, but he doesn't know how to. And then Kevin James' wife starts basically almost like blackmailing him. She starts playing off like he's trying to call her out, but then she's saying that he's back into gambling again and makes him look like shit. And then it's a long. But what's it called though? I thought
Dilemma.
It was The Dilemma. All right,
I've never even heard of that movie. Sounds interesting.
Oh, it's hilarious.
it's a funny movie.
Because so Vince Vaughn ends up finding out by going to a place where he's going to propose to his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he sees the two of them there, and then ends up like he's going through the botanical gardens, and then ends up landing on poisonous plants. Oh. So that the guy's telling him like all the shit that's gonna happen to him. So he's got his side of his face is already starting to puff up. He's like, you're gonna experience some discomfort peeing. And so then it cuts back when he gets home and he's in the bathroom and you see her. No, I'm fine.
I don't know why, but when you said that, the only thing I could think of was the movie Bad Moms, when they find out the dog has vertigo. So she brings the dog to the vet, and he's like, your dog has vertigo. She's like, you got to be shitting me. He's like, I don't do that, but your dog will. Uncontrollably.
Yeah.
For the next 24 hours.
So what are some of the big ones that we missed? You can go ahead and tell us a couple, and then we'll go to the next one.
So we have Made in America.
Okay.
I thought that was Oliver Stone.
Julia. Oh, he did the Curious George things too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Recent ones.
Got
The Dark Tower.
Okay.
Mars.
Mars? I don't want to go to Mars.
Backdraft 2. I'm sure no one watched that.
Yeah. Sorry, Ron. That was probably a miss on your part.
Yeah.
Backdraft 2. More draft.
It's even draftier.
The extra draft.
Extra draft.
I forgot to mention last week at the end of Dr. Detroit. It's like, and everyone lived happily ever after until Dr. Detroit 2, Mom's Revenge.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see that movie.
Yeah. Mom's Revenge.
He's been doing shows lately, a lot of shows. Okay. Light and Magic, Under the Banner of Heaven.
Under the Banner of Heaven. I'm trying to think of who I want to pick, or do you want to pick next?
Oh, he did Willow.
Actually, no, you had one already.
I'm going to save it for a little bit
later. He did the
Okay.
Willow series that got rebooted.
Okay.
So he did the new one that's already canceled?
Yeah.
I never saw the original, but I saw the remake or the newer version.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. I'll have to go back and watch the original.
All right.
But that's old school Jim Henson.
He got an EP credit on The Slumber Party.
Okay. Never heard of that movie. But,
And
that's me saying it.
It just recently came out as a Disney movie.
Yeah. So not as sexy pillow fighting as that.
No. Stop it right there. They're all preteens.
Let me see. I got to go next. I'll pick next.
15 will get you 20, Patrick.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh no, I don't want to pick that one because we're gonna do an actual episode on that person. I'm trying to think of which ones we haven't done episodes on yet.
That's why I picked him. I didn't think we did an episode on Ron Howard yet.
No, I don't think we did.
He does a lot of TV work. Okay. So one of the actors I wanted to talk about is Mark Valley, but I was just looking it up. He does a lot of television work, which is a very noble profession, but he's not very much into movies. I know we're trying to stick more towards that side.
Okay. Let me think of somebody we haven't really talked about, but that we need to. We need to.
Okay, I got one.
You got one?
Yep.
All right.
Jackie Earl Haley.
Okay, so Watchmen.
Yep. He was Rorschach.
The newer Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yep. He replaced.
He was in Semi-Pro. with Will Ferrell. I think he may have even directed that.
Oh. I'm just looking through. I have his IMDb up right now. I forgot Semi-Pro came out so fucking long ago.
You know, I don't really know a lot of movies he's done, or off the top of my head what he's been in.
He was in RoboCop.
He was?
the remake. He was the
That's right, he was.
the guy kicking out Tin Man.
Tin Man.
So Semi-Pro was directed by Kent Alterman.
Okay.
But you're right, he was in that movie.
He was the new Freddy.
Yep.
Yeah, I said that.
Tony's already got you.
I got you, man.
Yeah, I didn't hear him. My bad.
Shut up. Did you hear that?
No.
I'm really not this mean.
He kind of is.
Is that the
He's a liar.
Okay. So I'll give you a hint on this movie from 1976 with Walter Matthau.
Okay, 1976. Walter Matthau, Bad News Bears?
Yep. So he was one of the kids on the team.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The young version.
Yeah. So he was Kelly Leak in that movie. So I think he was only like 10 or 15. I forgot about that he was in that. You do it on IMDb. When you go back to something, it just like resets the page. So you have to start scrolling again. He was in a television show with Richard Dean Anderson in the 80s.
Not Star. Oh, MacGyver. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like there's only two shows I know Richard Dean Anderson being in.
Yeah,
so
right. Yeah.
it's either Stargate or The Guyver.
I don't even think,
Give him a
Tony,
paper.
you would have seen this movie. But I'm going to see if I... Robert Davey.
Davey, okay.
I think that's outside of Jackie Earl Haley. I think that's the biggest name.
Okay.
I'm going to read the description because a priest practicing the voodoo arts resurrects Matt Cordell, who takes his badge and comes back from the dead to do his bidding.
Oh, is that Maniac Cop?
Continue.
Maniac Cop 2?
Nope.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maniac Cop.
We're going to keep going.
3. The Badge of Silence.
The Badge of Silence. This is the sound
of silence. I bet some people are wishing they heard that right now.
Yeah, right. Maniac Cop Part 3.
Badge of Silence.
Yeah. The Maniac Cop.
He was in a Gerard Butler sequel that also had Aaron Eckhart and Morgan Freeman in it.
Is that Extraction?
Nope.
Extraction 2?
No.
Extraction 2?
3?
Extraction 3?
Extraction 3 hasn't even been made.
Re-extracted?
Re-extracted?
Fully extracted?
Extravagant?
No, this is a sequel to a Gerard Butler film starring Morgan Freeman and Aaron Eckhart.
I'm trying to think.
Natural Born Citizen 2? Or Law-Abiding Citizen 2?
I wish that first movie was amazing.
Yeah.
Spoilers, he dies at the end, so they really can't make a sequel onto that one.
I know.
It's not Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
No.
The Long Kiss Goodnight.
No. So the first one was an action movie involving the Capitol.
Okay.
And then so
London Has Fallen.
There you go. So he was in the sequel London Has Fallen.
I got there.
I got you.
Well, my next clue was going to be that Channing Tatum had a shittier version come out right around the same time.
London Has Risen?
So there's a movie on this list that was on Gavin's list that we kind of glossed over that stars Idris Elba.
Dark Tower.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot he's got a spot in that.
He's got a spot, man.
He does quite a lot of voiceover work too. Like, this is quite impressive.
Well, I mean, didn't you hear his voice as Rorschach? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
he can send. He's got that range.
I've only seen the first season, but I guess he's in all of it, but I don't remember him. So it's a reboot of a show from the 90s with Patrick Warburton, but now the current show stars, if you ever seen John Wick 2, he's a gun sommelier.
Okay.
So there's a rebooted show that used to star Patrick Warburton, but it stars that British guy.
That British guy.
And he's a slightly simple superhero who has a flying sidekick.
Okay.
The Amazing Captain Underpants.
No, would have been better.
Yeah.
This guy's big and blue, can't take off his suit.
The Tick.
Yep.
Okay.
And he was. All right, I'm just gonna give you the other ones just because I I don't think I've seen any. Alita Battle Angel, he was in that.
I did not see that.
Yeah, the First Lady.
Who
he
was he in
5
that?
Gruishka.
Gruishka.
Oh,
I've never seen it. Death of a Telemarketer.
you can barely tell that it's him. It's basically just his face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I was asking. I'm like, who do you freaking play? And so essentially, it's a voice because the face doesn't even really look like his either.
Yeah, he's done a few video games and animated like voiceover stuff. Like, the guy's got range.
Okay.
But the last movie he was, the last show he was in one episode of a show called Genius.
Okay.
Genius. Before that, he was in a movie last year called The Retirement Plan with Nick Cage. And
I
Ron
want to say
Perlman.
I might have seen that, but I don't know.
And Ernie Hudson. And this movie's stacked.
This movie's stacked, man.
Yeah. For late 90s action stars.
Holy crap. So there's a girl that's in this movie called The Retirement Plan. Her name is Samantha Kane. But her IMDb profile is a still of the one episode from Stargate SG-1 she was in. So yeah, that was
Okay.
Jackie Earl Haley.
Nice.
Little offbeat. Whenever he's in a movie, he genuinely does a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he caught a little flack for taking over Freddy Krueger. But
Semi-Pro was he had like 2 lines in it.
Oh, really?
He's the stoned hippie that ends up making the impossible shot.
Oh, okay.
So Will Ferrell gives him the giant check. He's like, he's calling him. It's like, Jackie, I took it by the bank. They said they can't cash it. You know, he just takes a giant check. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, that's the check we've got. I'll tell you what. I'll give it to you. Give you another week or so, and call me back. He just like takes the. He's like, here's the giant check, and he takes it in the stadium, and then runs off with it.
All right, so I got one here.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go with only because I don't think he might. It looks like he's done a little bit more than even I thought. But Mark Wahlberg.
Okay. Well, I just recently rewatched Ted and Ted 2.
Okay.
Mainly because I heard that they're doing a TV show.
Okay.
Daddy's Home 1 and 2.
Yep.
I can even go some old school with the Three Kings.
Three Kings. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was.
Ice Cube and
George Clooney.
Yep.
He did a few SNL shows. I know Andy Samberg made fun of him a lot because he's an impersonator. And when he went on to do SNL, he did the same jokes that Andy Samberg was doing. He's like, "That's not me. That's not what I do." And he turns around and does exactly what Andy Samberg did.
Yeah.
Right. No Pain, No Gain with The Rock.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Or Pain and Gain.
Yeah, Pain and Gain.
He's got a new one coming
Happening.
out.
That movie sucked.
The Happening.
Yep.
He's got a new one coming out. I don't think it's hit theaters yet, but he's like it's like spy something. So he's like a retired spy, and he's got a family now, but his cover's been blown, so people are coming after him.
Oh, you mean like Red or
Pretty much.
Mr. No or the Nobody?
Yeah. Yes.
The Nobody.
Had a tearjerker of one, Instant Family.
Never heard of that one.
That's I think it was a Prime original.
Oh, okay.
Actually, the mom that's in that one, I think, is the mom that's or like his wife that's playing it is his wife in this new one too.
Oh, okay.
It's the girl from or the lady from Neighbors.
The show?
The wife.
The show Neighbors?
No.
Oh.
Well, they move in next door to the college.
Oh, okay.
It's
The
the
Zac
wife.
Efron and
Yeah.
Seth Green.
Not Seth Green.
Seth
Seth
Rogen.
Green.
Transformers 4.
Transformers 4 and 5.
I got about 10 minutes into Transformers 5, and when they started relating it to the Knights of the Round, I was like, all right, we're going in like 30 different directions. I'm out.
Yeah.
He was in another one. Was it Three Brothers?
Four Brothers.
Four Brothers.
Four Brothers. Yeah.
That's a
Three
great
Kings,
movie.
Four Brothers.
Yeah.
The movie ends with only 3 brothers left.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's one where they were all brought
Yeah,
in
they
that
were
foster
all,
home. Or
and they
the
couldn't be
orphanage.
adopted, so they just grew up
Yeah.
as fosters.
Oh man.
That stars,
Invincible. Is that what it's called? Where he joins the Jets? He plays Vincent Papali.
Oh, yeah,
Walk
that's
On.
the Eagles.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
Eagles.
Yeah,
Yep.
the Eagles.
yeah. The only part of that movie I can remember is he's trying out for quarterback, and I guess Gavin, you've played college football. Do different positions get different types of padding?
Yes.
So when he trades out his QB pads for running back pads, can that make a difference?
Yes.
Okay.
So the pads are bigger because you're getting more impact, essentially. So that's why the quarterback pads are smaller. They're smaller so that you can actually, it doesn't hinder your ability to throw the ball.
Okay.
And it's more also like where they're, like running back is going to be heavy chest and heavy shoulders.
Okay.
He didn't want heavy shoulders. So that's why he went back to the QB pads.
Okay. But I thought he was trying out for the QB. No, he was trying out for the running back position. So he put on the QB so he can get more movement.
Exactly.
Okay. But he winds up being the QB, right?
No,
Oh, okay.
he ends up being on special teams and being a wide receiver.
Oh, okay. Saw it once, and basically for Elizabeth Banks.
Oh, absolutely.
She's a Giants fan living in Philadelphia.
There's,
That's a death wish.
there's another one. I can't remember the name of it.
Come on now.
It's where he's like he's supposed to be part of like this crew that does heists.
Do they do a heist?
Yeah, they end up doing a heist.
Is the whole movie about the heist?
Yeah, kind of was, but it's where they kidnap their boss's daughter or something like that, and he ends up finding out about it and trying to get her, bring her back. Well, yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
is Italian Job.
yeah. I was like,
Oh,
wait a second.
This
now.
one is younger, like when he's first starting to make his break in there. Oh, we got Shooter.
Shooter.
Yeah.
Yep.
It didn't do too well. I genuinely liked that movie. I thought it was really good.
Lone Survivor.
Lone Survivor.
Has anyone seen the show Shooter?
I have not.
So so they swapped out Mark Wahlberg for Ryan Phillippe, and the first season is just the movie.
Yeah, but Michael Pena is what makes it.
Yeah, true. Well, the first season is just the movie, just a season long.
Yeah.
And season 2 is like, all right, you actually had to come up with a new idea. Let's see what you got. And it's like, oh, well, the writers of the movie are a little bit better, aren't they?
There's a couple big ones that you guys should have
We already
called
said
out.
Transformers.
No,
We already said Ted.
no.
Oh.
He's done more.
Uncharted.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a newer one.
He was Sully in that movie.
Yep.
Couple of big ones.
I mean, ones that everybody should know.
Can I get a couple of hints?
Yes, you can. So this movie also had, if I can't give away the main point because it's going to give it right away. There's a lot of big actors, but it was in the 90s. Also had Burt Reynolds, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Heather Graham.
Oh, Boogie Nights.
There you go.
Very nice.
Yep.
I just remember the Family Guy scene. That thing is bigger than Marky Mark's hog at the end of Boogie Nights.
There's also another one that he also did with George Clooney.
I already said Three Kings.
No, I said another one that he did with George Clooney. It's also got Diane Lane in it.
Diane Lane, George Clooney, Mark Wahlberg.
Yep.
I don't even know what the hell I just said. Mark Wahlberg.
It was about I believe it's loosely based off a true story of something that happened on a boat.
Now I can only think of I'm on a Boat by Lonely Island.
Think hurricane type thing.
Oh, The Perfect Storm.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was in that movie.
Yeah.
Think Hurricane. Yeah.
I don't know how closer I can get to this.
I remember watching that.
Could
movie.
you tell me the first letter of the first word?
Another one he did. This one was also pretty popular with Jennifer Aniston.
Is that We Are the Millers?
No. It's I'm trying to think of what all I could say about this
Horrible
movie.
Bosses? No, he wasn't in that.
No.
That was Colin Farrell.
It's about music.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Mr. Holland's
man.
Opus?
Fuck. What's the name of that movie? Not almost famous. The Rockstar?
Rockstar. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, never heard of that one.
Never.
No,
No.
that was I remember that scene where he's in there. He's trying to get because all the bandmates have like a European accent. He's like, no, I could eat pussy all day. I could eat it. I could do it. And he's trying to he's practicing in the mirror. And Jennifer Aniston's in the bed. She's like, Get off your ass and come do it, or shut up.
There's
That's a beautiful line.
there's one. I'm surprised you didn't say it yet,
Okay.
and I'm very surprised you didn't say it yet because I believe we talked about it either last week or the week before about when we talked about the cop / detective movies. It's a huge ensemble cast.
The other guys.
No,
Oh yeah.
it's got Matt Damon. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, The Departed.
Yeah, you talk about it all the time. I'm surprised that wasn't the first one that popped out of your brain.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe. Maybe go fuck yourself.
Can we? I'm glad we mentioned the other guys because that movie is amazing.
So I'm just going to read off a couple others, and then we'll move on to the next one. So you had Max Payne. I don't know if you guys said it.
Fucking Max Payne. He's done a lot of video game
Right.
movies, actually.
Date Night. He was in Entourage. You may not have known that, but
Everyone's in Entourage.
Yeah.
I'm still in the first season, but Jessica Alba just showed up.
yeah. Right. So The Gambler,
The name sounds familiar.
Deepwater Horizon. Do you remember that? That was about that oil
Oil
spill.
rig,
Yeah,
yeah.
oil
Oh,
roll.
yeah.
Patriots Day. There's a couple others like.
Patriots Day.
I mean, there was a couple others that you guys may not know.
Earl Haley was in Patriots Day. I saw that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I saw that on his list.
Go down to the 90s.
So he was in Basketball Diaries. That was well, I've talked about that
I
one
remember
before.
you talking about that, yeah.
Fear. That was a good movie.
Oh, yeah,
where he starts
with
dating
him
that
and Reese
girl.
Witherspoon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And the dad hates him. Before the Basketball Diaries, he really didn't do. Oh, Renaissance Man. That was the other one.
Renaissance Man.
Oh,
okay.
that's the one with
Danny DeVito.
Yeah, where he has to train army like recruits to comprehend.
Yeah, because he's
have-
trying to get a job. Like
Yeah.
he's basically an ex-teacher. He was a teacher and he can't find a job, so they.
Yeah, and like the army privates like barely passed high school, and they're like, we need them a little bit smarter.
Yeah.
And Danny DeVito's like, you want me to teach these kids how to comprehend? I'm like, yes. He's like, oh.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, that.
What
do
you
that.
just said that works. All right, that's. I'm gonna move it on to you, or Gavin, or whoever wants to go next.
I thought of a really fun one, but I think I want to save that one for like a specific episode.
Okay.
So, Gavin, if you have one in the pipeline.
I do, and I want to see how good we go through this, because this guy's had he's had a small part in a bunch of films.
Oh.
Eugene Levy.
Oh shit. We'll start out with that. I remember a Vacation. He was the salesman in the original.
All the American Pies, he was the dad.
Yep. He was in Splash.
And subsequent American Pies, like the straight to DVD ones.
Yeah, like the Naked Mile and stuff.
Yes.
Like he would always show up.
I actually think that was probably the best one they did outside of the originals. Was the Naked Mile. That's a good one.
The only other thing I can think of is Schitt's Creek, the show.
Yeah. Well, he was in Splash.
Yep.
He was the guy that was trying to find out if she was really a mermaid. Kept exposing her.
Yep.
He was in. There was a movie called Armed and Dangerous with him and John Candy, I believe it was.
Why does that sound so familiar?
So I can't remember what they used to do, but basically they're trying to find jobs. So they end up working for this security guards company, that like transports money and stuff like that. And but they're stuck in this union, and then there's all this corrupt stuff going on underneath, and then they basically partner up with, I believe Meg Ryan is in it, if I remember correctly. And yeah, I mean, it's just one of those comedy movies.
Yeah.
I know so much that he's done. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I'm thinking more like that's 70s, 80s.
But Gavin's right. He has such small bits.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of films. I can't. Outside of his big roles like American Pie or Schitt's Creek, I'm having trouble coming up with them.
No, I'm trying to. I know there's a couple right.
So there's one that he did with Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay. New or older? Like what year? What time frame?
2005.
All right.
Okay, so Samuel L. Jackson and Eugene Levy.
Is it a movie we've talked about before?
No.
Can you give us any other information? No.
Maniac Cop 2.
4, 5, 6.
Seeking the gun runners who killed his partner, undercover cop Derek Van, Samuel L., sets up a sting. He arranges to meet an arms dealer at a dinner where he'll only be only one reading U.S. Today. But dentist Andy Fedler, Eugene Levy, who's in Detroit for a conference, is there reading the same paper, and the dealer makes him for the cop.
Oh my God! What?
Mistaken identity. basically.
Sounds super familiar.
Yeah.
But I'm throwing in the towel on this one.
I got nothing on that.
It's called The Man.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. Failure.
Did
There's another one that he did with, actually a couple of them he did with Steve Martin.
okay.
Wait, was he in Cheaper by the Dozen?
That's
The second one he was.
Oh, okay.
he wasn't in
He-
Father of the Bride, was he?
Yes, he was.
Oh, was he?
Okay.
I knew Martin Short was. That's why I was. I kept
And he's got-
like Martin Short
and
kept
he-
popping
and
in
he
my
had
head
one more with Steve Martin.
with Steve Martin.
Roxanne.
Think
No.
Queen Latifah.
Oh, that's
Queen Latifah.
it's
He's a
a
lawyer.
yeah, and she's like living with him or something, or she's living with Steve Martin, I believe it
Yeah,
is,
mhm.
and
He's like his work partner, and he falls in love with her.
yeah, I can't think of the name of it,
The
but
only
it's,
Queen Latifah movie I can think of is Taxi.
I know exactly what he's
That
talking about
sucks.
too. The House Guest or something? No,
Close. It's bringing
House
down
Sitter.
the house.
Oh, Bringing Down the House.
Okay.
It's like, why can't I think of guys?
He also had an animated voice in a very popular Disney movie that was a remake. It was a remake,
That I haven't watched a
remake
Disney
of
movie.
Finding Nemo.
No, what's Finding
Wait,
Dora?
Or sequel, right? Yes.
Finding Dory.
Dory.
I'd never
He was-
watched it, but
He was
Dory.
the voice of the dad.
Okay.
Also, there's another quick one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a John Cusack movie.
Okay. Sorry, so I'm trying to think now. John Cusack.
It's a movie about love.
John Cusack. Well,
destiny.
every movie with John Cusack's
Pretty-
about love and
well,
destiny.
Not Hot Tub Time Machine.
It's about love and destiny.
Not Con Air. Come on. It's not every movie.
Give me a little more than that. Love and Destiny with John Cusack.
So
Is it again?
Kate Beckinsale is the female lead.
Okay. God, not Serendipity. That's not.
That's
Is
the
that it?
one.
Is that it?
He's the one.
Wow.
He's the store clerk, and he ends up taking him to the warehouse
that's-
to like find
yeah,
all this
alright.
stuff. It's like, oh, is this Miss Carbon copy?
Yeah. All right. Well played. It's like it can't be Serendipity. It is. It can be.
That's the one.
Oh, I didn't know he directed that movie. That's cool.
I know there's a bunch of other ones. I'm just trying to think. There was a couple other clues. It was like something older.
Michael Keaton.
And Eugene Levy.
Batman.
This,
Again, a small part, but
yeah.
it's a funny one.
Around
It's
what
in,
year?
1996.
Multiplicity.
Oh yeah. Yep. I
Yep.
forget. He was the asshole guy that kept screwing him
fires
over.
him- yeah, he fires him in the
because he
beginning.
kept screwing things up.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, that would be great, but you're paving the wrong driveway. like they,
Like, if you'll notice, I'm here on time. It's like, actually, you're 20 minutes late. Damn European watch.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Okay, it's starting to click.
was his name like Vic or something?
I don't remember that one.
Well, see, let me try it.
But hang on. This one, Chris Rock,
Okay.
and think about having to do with death.
Oh, that I do know. That's the one where Chris Rock gets reincarnated into the rich white guy. Eugene Levy is the angel, or the guy that's controlling that, or up in heaven. Oh my God!
I think I've
Why
actually
can I?
seen that movie.
Yeah, it's I know the whole plot. I'm just trying to think of what the actual name of the movie is. Not the man, or is there man in the title at all? No.
It's more of a direction.
Going down, going up.
Eastbound and Down.
No, that's Jenny McBride.
Yes, definitely Eastbound and Down.
I cannot think of the name of it. I'm
It's Down to Earth.
down to earth. All right, but I had the whole plot, so you got to
You
give me
did.
at least
Yes,
that.
you did.
One I didn't think of. Stay tuned.
Oh, that's right. He is in that.
Yes.
Yes. I love
I
that
knew there was a
movie.
couple in the back burner. I'm like, come on, man. All right, what else you got? Give us like two more hints on two more movies, and then we'll move to the next one. See how much fun this is? Really working your brain.
Right.
I mean, I feel like I just went to the gym, to the mental gym.
To the mental gym. who he was in that movie.
Is it an older one?
Um,
Try me.
Okay, here's one. It's about a kid who gets some special shoes.
About
Bow Wow is the character.
Oh,
special
Tokyo
shoes.
Drift?
No, I think it's more like a
It's a
basketball
kid,
type
not-
theme movie or something. I know what you're talking. I don't know the name of it because I never watched it. But I do know it's like a basketball, right?
It's
I-
Mike.
Like Mike.
Oh yeah. 'cause
I just
the
never-
shoes-
yeah, I just
the
never
shoes he
watched
had,
it.
It
Yeah.
used to be like Michael Jordan's. or something.
Exactly, and then it starts getting really good. A lot of these other ones, I don't know
Don't
how
know,
or
or-
where we would. I mean, outside of Schitt's Creek, there's something called Best in Show.
Oh yeah, that was the dogs,
Dogs.
the dog show one. I forgot about that. He was in that.
I never even saw it.
Yeah.
Was
It's
he
got-
like the
it's like
announcer?
Catherine O'Hara was in that maybe, or what's her name was in it?
I just know the term best in shows.
Yeah, Catherine O'Hare, Parker Posey,
Yep.
John Michael Higgins,
Yep.
Jennifer Coolidge as well.
Okay.
Cool.
You got one?
I do.
All right. Lock and Lotus, man.
All right.
Now,
So
now we've got to go watch The Man though, because that's the only one on here I haven't seen that I'm really like. I want to see this. Just his character, because Eugene Levy being misidentified as an undercover cop.
That works. Hey.
That's gotta be gold.
Hilarity ensues.
Yes, hilarity ensues.
so I'm gonna throw out, like I said at the beginning of this episode, J.J. Abrams. Now he is mainly a producer, a writer, and a director, and all of his acting credits 9 times out of 10 are just like it's himself. It just says J.J. Abrams. So he has he's touched a lot of different things. So by all means, if he's attached to it as a producer or writer or whatever,
So Cloverfield.
yep.
Didn't he redo do The Force Awakens?
Yeah. Yeah, that was him.
Yeah. It's-
Also-
I remember going through that movie. Is like if you put one more fucking lens flare in this damn movie.
He did
We know,
another
you
one,
don't
too.
like it. Calm down. He did the Star Trek, the new Star Trek,
Yep, he did.
2009, and then
first
the
two.
next two.
Yeah,
Or the next one, I mean.
Yeah, into Darkness.
Into Darkness, yeah.
Which I just recently rewatched. On
I wondered who was throwing that on there. I know he did. Did he do all the Cloverfields or just the first one or two?
He did the first one, and he did Cloverfield Lane.
Okay.
No, he did the Netflix one, Cloverfield Paradox.
Okay.
Did he do the first 3 live action Transformers? I know one 100%. I'm pretty sure 2.
You talking about producing them? Mm-hmm. Okay.
His producing credit is the longest list, so they gotta scroll down a little bit. 2004. Actually, he wasn't attached as a producer.
So it's, well, I think he directed the first one.
No, that was
Those were all
Michael
Michael
Bay.
Bay.
Michael
Yeah.
Bay. Yeah. Shit.
It's all right.
No. Well, because they have several lens flares in that one too.
Yeah.
It's like, it's freaking signature.
Maybe they're working together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's not attached to Transformers.
Okay.
At least as a producer or director.
I'll be 100% honest. As a producer, I'm not that familiar.
Okay,
So this might be a lot of hinting ones for me.
gotcha. I've seen a lot of these, so that won't be.
Oh, I'm sure I've seen them, but it's like I'm like seeing it as a producer on it.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank on it.
Well, there is one other Star Wars movie he did direct.
Did he do the last one?
The Rise of
The
Skywalker.
Rise
No,
of-
the second one, The Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
No, third one.
That's
9.
the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he produced that.
Because
And
Rain
produced and
Johnson,
directed that one.
Rain
Okay.
Johnson did the second one, and then he was gonna do the third one, and they let him go and brought J.J. Abrams back.
Yeah,
Yep.
because that second one was even worse.
Yes.
Yeah, but they've already tapped in to do another Star Wars film, separate from the 9 movies.
Well, I'm just glad.
The core.
I'm just glad they got rid of the lady they were gonna go with. But
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, give us a hint on something.
All right. So, like, he does his production company, Bad Robot, also does a lot of television shows.
Yep.
Yeah.
By the way, my favorite is Fringe. If you haven't seen it, bless you.
Thank you.
It's amazing. He wrote, produced, and directed some of those episodes. It's really good. Let's see here. I love that show. I forgot he was attached to it. Okay, so Tom Cruise, he did a few of his movies.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah. I'll give you partial credit, but I'm going to need specific numbers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7.
Technically, you said one of them.
17.
3?
Yeah, he did do the third one. That is my favorite Mission Impossible, I will say.
I watched 1 and 2.
Well, 2 was directed by
that guy.
What's his name? Not Chow Yun-Fat. But he is.
Chow Yun-Fat director?
I'm not chowing your fat. You're chowing your own fat.
You chowing your own damn fat.
Well, he has a signature of like bright lights and doves flying around before a big fight scene. I cannot remember his name. Just gonna look it up real quick.
John Wick.
You said he's done a couple movies with Tom Cruise?
So he did a couple Mission Impossible.
Oh, a couple Mission Impossibles. Okay.
So Mission Impossible 3 was one of them.
The 6th one?
There are no numbers after the third one. Like
Okay.
they switched to like sub names.
Then I don't know. Then I have no idea. Is the hot tea hot or cold? It's iced tea.
Then I have no idea.
Then I have no idea.
Is this tea hot, or cold?
Hold on, I'm just looking at the director for Mission Impossible 2. John Woo. All right, there we go.
Get that out of your system.
Yep,
now.
needed
All
to
right.
look that up. How do I? So Spectral Plan Mission Impossible. It Ghost
Just,
Protocol.
I have no idea.
He did Ghost Protocol too.
Okay.
Ghost Protocol.
All right.
Every time I hear about that movie, I can only think of the show How I Met Your Mother, where they're describing like a woman, and you're like, it was ridiculous, and they're like, the only time you've ever used that word is when you were describing Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, and so like she has the Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol of bodies, and they all like lose their shit. So they spend the rest of the episode trying to convince her to take off her jacket. So. So we already mentioned all the Star Treks.
Yep.
The Cloverfields, he did a bunch of them.
Yep.
He was a big producer in Lost.
Okay, well, you're not supposed to tell us.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's TV.
Mad Men?
He did another Mission Impossible.
That's just impossible.
I really have not watched
Okay.
most of them, so I'm going to be just completely lost on that one. Bless you.
And bless you.
There it is. No, it's
Sooner or later, they all just start, blending.
yeah, exactly.
So, he also did Mission Impossible
It's-
Fallout. I'm just going to say
Okay.
that one.
It's like, Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, but I think Fallout was the one with Henry Cavill in it.
Okay.
Where he does the
Where he like
cocks the arms.
Yeah, and he also has that amazing mustache, but they had to digitally remove for the Superman movie.
Yeah.
I remember this movie. This is a handy-cam movie set in the 70s. It involves a
Oh, I know exactly. It's about the kids.
they
And,
find, there's a train derailment with a giant
8
monster.
millimeter or something? Or
That's
something.
a Nick Cage movie.
Yeah, but it's something like that. It's got
Super
like a
close.
Super 8.
Super
There
8.
you go.
Yeah.
Super
Super
close
close.
to that 8 number.
Apparently, he also directed one episode of The Office.
Oh, good on him.
Right? 2007. I think that was a season with Idris Elba. They're like, all right,
Yeah.
we got this main actor. We need a director.
Yeah.
Well, what I liked about Super 8 was like it was handy-cam, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was still like you had sections of it that were the hand camera, and because they did a lot of that with their
Yeah.
filming, and then other parts where it was like, no, this is actual like movie style.
He also
Yeah.
wrote that movie.
Oh,
Okay.
I just pulled up his writing credits.
no wonder he named it Super.
It's super.
Super.
So before he got like insanely popular, holy crap! All right, apparently he's attached as a screenplay writer to a Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck movie.
Oh, why? Well, you started saying I'm like now I'm trying to place the Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck combination. Hang
And
on a
Liv
second.
Tyler.
Huh?
And Liv Tyler.
And lived.
Armageddon.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, why am I trouble placing those two together?
But that was directed by Michael Bay, though, right?
Armageddon? Yeah, directed by Michael Bay, but it was written by a few people, but J.J. Abrams and Jonathan Hensleigh were like the two.
That's
main-
where you got the idea for the flares in the movies and stuff.
Oh,
That's what it is.
That's how
Yeah.
it
Michael Bay showed him.
happened. Show me Michael
Yeah,
Bay.
the world went blind.
Gotta wear polarized glasses to watch a J.J. Abrams movie.
Honestly, sometimes I'm rewatching that first Star Trek from 2006. Like, Jesus. Really cool, but, like, you gotta turn on the brightness on the television. He also has writing credits for the 2 Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
I know the first one, I think, starred Paul Walker. I'm not even going to try and look this one up, but he wrote Joyride 3 Roadkill. And
Okay.
I think the first Joyride starred Paul Walker.
All right.
But after that, like, my knowledge goes to shit. Wait, hold on. He has... and Tony, you may be... Oh, this is awful.
Go ahead.
I'm just going to read the description.
I'm excited.
A creature from outer space crash lands in a small town and starts killing people. Wow, that is awful.
Well, that's a
Would that
that's a
not-
very vague statement.
Would that not be Super 8?
Yeah.
That was a
Cloverfield.
train derailment.
Cloverfield. I mean, it's
Yeah,
basically.
Cloverfield.
I'm looking for like the highest paid, like the top billed character actor in this movie is Tom Griffith, and if you don't know who that is, he doesn't even have an IMDb like photo.
So, what year is this from? Does it give you that?
1982.
Oh,
Okay. Wait. So a creature crash lands and
And
terrorizes.
small town and just starts killing people. That's literally the only description on IMDb.
I mean,
Critters?
No.
that could be close. though. Well, as far as crash land, I mean,
If you
I
have
think of
the
the
guts, it wants them. That's the tagline of the movie.
I think of the blob. I could think of, but I don't think he
This
did
thing has
that.
teeth.
Attack of the Killer
Oh, this
Tomato?
thing has teeth.
Yeah, and a gun.
Teeth and a gun?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm excited now.
Like-
Hang on a second. Let me
If I can
think.
cover
Predator?
Nope.
Creature crash lands in
That has
1982
teeth
in
and
a
a very
in a
big gun.
small town.
That's what the monster looks like.
Ghoulies?
Nope.
I do know that. I do know that monster. He already said it's not critters.
It looks like a critter.
You're grown up on
Yeah.
steroids.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
no, it's not ghoulies. It's just you might as well just say it.
Gangnam Style.
All right.
'Cause
So it's a movie called Night Beast. So
Actually, I probably wouldn't have gotten that because I'm like I know the cover, but I do not. That name does not sound familiar.
I will allow you to get 1 point because the reason why I pulled it up, he only has 3 credits under this category.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can guess what he did for the film,
Okay.
I will allow you to get the point back.
Okay.
So
He has 3 credits.
he has 3 credits in this field.
Okay.
But in this field, like as like producer or something like that.
Yeah.
So I changed like the little filter to
Okay.
something.
Actor.
No. And he has 3 movies under this job. Basically.
Okay. Makeup design
Nope. I mean,
or special effect. I'm trying to think of what that would be considered. I'm thinking like designing
you're on
the
the right
creature.
track. I'm not sure if I'm explaining.
Like not really. Not makeup artist, but I'm trying to like
I know.
special effects or someone that does like works on the
like the
creatures.
visuals. and
Yeah,
stuff. Okay. Okay. Is that your answer?
that's gonna be my answer because I
Kevin?
can't think of anything
Writer.
else.
Writer. Okay. Are those answers set?
Yeah.
He composed the music. He was
Huh.
the composer for that movie,
All right.
and he has.
So he's a pianist.
Yes.
You didn't tell me you were a dick.
So he
you
has
had to.
3 movies where he was the composer for. The other ones were Mr. Petrified Forest in 1992 and Future Shock in 1994.
All right.
But he's not J.J. Abrams on the credit for those movies. He's Jeffrey Abrams in
Ah.
those credits.
So before 1980, around the 80s, is there any other stuff that he had done?
Okay.
I mean, we'll have to wrap it up in a minute, but I'm asking,
Man.
he didn't happen to do anything with Trauma, did he? Because for some reason, I'm either thinking, I know James Gunn did, but for some reason, J.J. Abrams and James Gunn, they cross over to
So
me.
his first producer credit was in 1991 with Regarding Henry.
I'm actually going to look this
His
up.
first writing credit was for Taking Care of Business in 1990.
Isn't it now? Did he write the song?
So his first director credit is for Shrek I Feel Good. It's a 1996 short. I think this Shrek is based off of this. It was director.
Oh, so Night Beast was a Trauma production.
Oh, was it? Yeah, so he composed the music for that movie. Oh, he does have 1 credit for visual effects, and it's for Mission Impossible 3. He does not have any credits for cosmetics. He has one for animation department. Shrek, I Feel Good.
Shrek, I Feel Good.
But it was made in 1996, about 7 years before the first Shrek. So I think the short Shrek, I Feel Good was the pilot, launch, like one of the greatest movies of all time.
Oh man, but we
Oh wow!
got pretty close to the time here, so we are about out of time. But thank you guys for joining us and talking about
an idea for a next episode.
There you go.
Another episode.
All right. See, it's just making. We got the mental gym going here,
Got
working
the
out.
juices flowing.
But thank you guys for joining us and talking a random topic of just picking somebody in the field and trying to figure out what they've done.
And people we hadn't mentioned in the podcast before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've mentioned Fringe because I just love that show, but
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever talked fully about J.J. Abrams and his work.
Yeah.
We now
Not
have.
full. Now we have.
Yeah, and
And we'll
found
talk
out
more.
he was part of Troma.
Yeah. I was
And
like,
we will find out how to put a lens flare in the episode.
yes. We'll call them up right now. But thanks, guys, for joining us. Again, continue checking us out on all the social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, on all the listening
Is this kind of the
platforms.
lens flare?
Sure. While that's going on, make sure to check us out on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, all that good stuff, and about 30 others.
Yeah.
We'll keep you up
Go
to date
to a
on.
podcast hosting website. You'll probably find
Yeah,
us.
yeah. So check us out. We'll continue giving you updates on Sunscreen Film Festival. Remember the VIP passes. Get them now. Get them early. You'll save money, and you'll get a lot more for your money if you do that. Don't wait, but we'll keep giving you updates as the time goes on, as we getting close. It's only about 2.5 months away. But until then, for Movie Talks and Chill, we are your hosts. I'm Tony Serrato.
I'm Gavin Butts.
Night Beast.
All right, guys, take care.